What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with a way different video. So we will be getting to the Legends videos here soon enough, but as you guys may know, I did just go on vacation to KAMEHACON. I was in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas for about 1 week. The convention was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and basically me and the DeMonte crew were hanging out in the early part of the week from DeMonte Gaming. If you guys haven't heard of him, you should definitely go check him out as well. One of my best friends. So he got me a media press pass to go along with him to the con, just like last year. And what I'm going to do for you guys today is basically give you a guided tour of everything that was at the convention. We're going to check out the entire first floor where all of the game tournaments and the merchandise was, all of the voice actor signings. We're going to go over that. We're going to show off a lot of the rooms where the panels were, but I didn't record any of the panels, you guys, and that's probably for the better for this video to keep it relatively short, because most of the panels were about an hour long, and I'm sure you can search up quite a few of them on YouTube, but there was stuff like Boo and Mr. Satan, 3 Vegetas with Sabat and Drummond and the Hispanic voice actor for Vegeta. I hosted 2 panels along with Demani and Scotch TY, another Legends Twitch streamer and former DBFZ card game player. So that's basically how it was, you guys. I had an amazing week. I ended up cooking for Vegeta and Piccolo, and we're going to get into all that, you guys. So let's go ahead and start jumping into the video here. It might be around like 20-30 minutes or so, but I'm going to go ahead and reduce myself to the corner here. Alright, you guys, so we're starting off the tour here in the voice actors section. We're starting with Scott McNeil and Brian Drummond, of course, the classic Piccolo and Vegeta from the Ocean dub. Peter Kalamis was there as well, and a couple of other folks that I wasn't as familiar with from the Ocean dub. And you got Turles and Oolong, and a lot of these people were here all weekend signing autographs, bouncing back and forth between panels. And I think most of them were $20 or $30 for an autograph. Bump it up to $50 if you wanted a picture. Some of them had charges for little special voice lines you could get. And they were all just generally really nice and awesome people. The Hercule Boo combo, I talked to them. We got the guy who's playing Hercule, who's going to be in a lot of Borderlands 3. So he couldn't talk too much about it, but I was excited about that. Alejandro Saab is Kagi Films. He was a really, really nice guy. I sat in on his panel. And that entire line was for Chris Sabat right there. You can see him taking pictures, doing handshakes, signing stuff. His line was always huge. And of course you had Eric Vale, Future Trunks, Sonny Strait as Krillin, one of my favorite trolley characters. All of the female DBZ ladies were super, super nice, awesome people. I especially love talking to Linda Young and getting some classic voice lines from her Frieza. Right shot to my nostalgic childhood right there. So she's coming up here. She was awesome, you guys. Now, I didn't really want to stick a camera in too many of their faces and ask them stuff, especially because I couldn't afford autographs and stuff like that from all of these guys here and gals, but at least you can see kind of the layout of everything. And we're going to keep walking around, check out all of the vendors here, as well as the kind of tournament video game space they had set up. So it was a really fun experience, you guys. Most of the stuff was going on this first floor right here with the vendors and, you know, voice actors. Then on the second and a half floor, you had the panel rooms, and then on the third or fourth floor, you had the main ballroom, which is the big panel room, as well as Vic Mignogna. He was up there as well. So as walking around here, you can see tons of just random stuff like medieval times, lots of trinkets and crystals, and of course there was tons of Dragon Ball stuff, being that it's KAMEHACON, but there was a lot of other random stuff as well. I thought that was pretty interesting. So kind of just walking around, taking it in. Over here, past all of the replica samurai swords and cosplay swords and stuff like that, along this wall, they had the video game tournament, which on the first day was Jump Force, and on the second day was Fighters. So they had those 2 tournaments. They also had a little casual Super Smash Brothers area right here we're about to walk up to. You can see that we have Broly there. That's actually a pretty popular YouTuber. It's Oh the Hermanity. I know he's got his like million-plus physical fitness channel, and then he's got his Dokken channel as well. He was a really cool guy talking to him. He likes to play his Dokken battle. So again, cool dude. We got the cosplay Super Saiyan God Vegeta right next to him. was just funny seeing Broly play Super Smash Brothers. I thought that was entertaining right there.
You got a one-liner for the camera?
We got Hercule here.
The champ is here. He's ready to take on any challengers. Take this belt away from me. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, he was awesome. I loved him. He was a really funny guy. I think he actually won the costume competition as well, if I'm not mistaken. No. The Mercenary Tao won, and he was a podium finish there. So Hercule was not the champ of the costume contest, but the Mercenary Tao that won was amazing, you guys. Now, I didn't actually film a whole lot of the panels because they were all like 40 minutes to an hour each, but this guy's about to talk too.
Your dad goes to the rarest figure in the world.
Rare. Straight from Japan, too, right?
From Japan.
Got a lot of beautiful
Someone
stuff here.
offered 100 grand. We said nope.
No way. You gotta hit at least 200 grand to make it.
No, not even that.
These figures right here were absolutely beautiful. As you can see, they were selling raffle tickets to raffle those away. I wish, but I didn't bother to get a ticket because the one that I wanted had already been raffled off by the time that I got there. We got more t-shirt vendors here. Again, this is where they were playing Jump Force on day one. Nice little Piccolo cosplay there, pushing around his stroller for Gohan. Lots of wall scrolls. All of this merchandise here was legitimate. There were a few bootleg vendors there, but these are all legit right here, non-bootlegs, all good stuff, you guys. Now, this was a great place to go to find just tons of pop culture and Dragon Ball merch and cool stuff all in one place, backpacks and totes there. But it was all a little bit marked up, you guys. For these people to get all their art, their figures, their stuff here, most of them had to just load it all up on a truck and drive it here, pay for all that, renting the truck, the gas, etc. So there is usually about a $5 to like $50 markup on a lot of this stuff. And of course, some vendors were better than others. You got here the guy selling real knives and airsoft guns and Harry Potter wands and Lord of the Rings pipes from Gandalf. So a lot of weird and quirky stuff also. That guy right there, we're gonna look at his prints again. He was one of the best artists there, or printmakers there. He had some really cool steel prints with a nice shine to them. Lots of keychains and other little trinkets. That you got plushies back over there. Lots of bookmarks and stuffed animals, backpacks with the Gundam models or Gunpla stuff. A lot of body pillows, just everything you can think of, you guys. Lots of statues. These were mostly legit as well, but there were a couple bootlegs here and there. This guy had some pre-framed wooden paintings that were like $40 to $80. A lot of cool ones there from horror movies and other pop culture. Some nice guys there selling pop caps and other SH figure art stuff, little figurines, more backpacks. Tons and tons of cool stuff, plushies all over the place, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, you guys. More Gundam models. It's just a great place to just find a ton of stuff. I definitely wouldn't drink one of those. We had the Dragon Ball energy drinks there, just full of sugar and salt and all types of healthy stuff. Just tons and tons of models. They had a lot of the figurized standard Dragon Ball models there, and a lot of these holographic posters were really cool also. I like that Metal Gear Solid one. Pretty sweet wall scrolls, lots of trading cards, and I actually did buy some Dragon Ball Heroes cards also. I know we don't actually have the arcade machines here, but they were still just really cool, you guys. I wanted a couple of different little collectible things. Didn't have a whole lot of money to spend. You see a little bit like sushi keychains there and wallets and stuff, more figures. Where to waifu? They were wandering around, being rambunctious the whole con. Some waifu statues and mystery gift bags. More plushies. They had some really cool Zippo lighters over there, and backpacks and flasks and stuff like that. Just a lot of really, really awesome stuff. I liked all their lighters and flasks the most there. They also had some rebuilt Game Boys and stuff like that, like all refurbished and batteries replaced. And this guy right here, I think he was with what, Otaku Cafe. I don't remember exactly where their shop was based out of, but at the con they had all legitimate non-bootleg figures, a lot of special edition ones, and they were pretty much priced at retail, you guys. I think this stand right here, yep, the Otaku Cafe, again, one of the most reasonably priced. Like most of their stuff, if it was marked up at all, was only like $5. following behind the Great Saiyaman and Goku Black there. A lot of little wooden cutouts and Missy Mayhem, famous cosplayers that are there. Don't really know too much about that person there. There's a lot of foam and other little armor manufacturers for cosplay and all the cosplayers along. I think we walked back along that road one more time. Little pillows there, more prints. And I got a couple of artistic things, but oh, check out these body pillows right here. I cracked up, just literally laughed out loud when I walked past those, like erotic body pillows for girls, I would assume, or you know, other people that may be interested in them. That guy over there on the right got shut down for selling too much bootleg stuff. He was right next to the authorized Bandai retailer, so you know they fucking went over and they're like, hey, look at that guy over there, gotta get rid of him. But they had all official stuff there, tons of the SH figure arts there, but they were quite expensive. And this booth right here, this is the one that I bought the Dragon Ball Heroes cards from. Again, even though the arcade machines aren't here, they're still cool to collect. I think the best one I got was Majin 21, and again, it would be cool one day if they brought the arcade machine over. I have a couple cards, definitely wouldn't hurt. We have some more cool art, little transparent prints, other cool stuff there. Just other random artists that just drew a bunch of stuff. Some of them brought some really awesome, like, acrylic hand-painted stuff. I think the most expensive one was like $1,600 or something like that. A lot of pop caps, more official figures, and a lot of little gachapon toys where you don't know what you're getting, you open it and just get something random. A lot of pop caps. There was the Majin Vegeta one was there.
I appreciate that. I got them to sign.
People really liked that one. Wanted
The
it.
whole thing, you got it out of the
Yeah,
box.
we're talking about my Broly
I
figure.
don't do boxes. I gotta take them out of boxes.
That's my next stop.
Yeah. He wanted one himself. I came down here and bought one for him too. He's like, I was like, do you want it? He's like, I can't take yours. And I'm like, I'll go buy you one if you want.
Hell yeah, like a boss.
Yeah, I was like, I'll run errands for you. Why not? I'll be your errand boy any day.
Moving on, we have some more cool just collectibles everywhere. But like I was telling those guys you just saw, I did go to get my Broly figure signed by Vic, and he saw it. He immediately loved it. He wanted one. I offered him mine. He didn't want to take the one that I had, but he did. He offered me money. So he said, if I give you money, will you go get one for me? And I was like, sure, man, but I'll go buy it first with my money and then come back, just in case there are any problems. And I did that, bought him one. He paid me back for it. Again, just a super nice guy. This booth right here had tons of bootleg figures and some pretty decent wall scrolls, but a lot of their figures, like they had the cross-eyed Super Saiyan Goku figure. There were two tattoo booths there. They were both doing just amazing work. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to get a tattoo at a con. It'd probably be pretty expensive, but they were doing some really, really nice Broly tattoos. They had people sitting down, getting tattooed. They were demoing and appointments booked up just forever. And this guy right here is the one that, he was there last year. He had just really, really good art prints. Like his little shiny steel ones they're about to see, just clips from the Broly movie fight scenes. Gogeta, Broly, Jiren one, MUI Goku, just looking really, really good. All steel. Just everyone wanted that one of Broly smashing
Stocks
Goku's
on anything
face
getting low yet?
Glacier
Or?
there too.
That one's getting low. Yeah. Everyone wants to see Vic beating up Sean Shenmue in that picture.
It was a very good time, but I ended up getting all my art and stuff from the Wiz Yakuza table, which we haven't quite got to yet. We're gonna dive back down here, check out, this guy had some cool bookmarks and some other prints. If I read more, I definitely would have bought one of the cool bookmarks. You don't, stuff like that you don't really see in too many stores, not around where I live anyway. A lot of stuffed animals, plushies, model kits, art prints for days, just different artists and their take on things. Now, the Bandai and Funimation reps were wandering around and they were shutting some people down for the bootlegged and unlicensed stuff, and it was funny because like some people you'd see like they'd have like, you know, a picture and then it would say Goku on it, but the Bandai reps, you know, they didn't buy the licensing to use the name, so they'd have to cover it with tape, and it would be like on Goku it would say like the guy who's always eating, and Vegeta would be like man who's always yelling. Cool stuff like that. Just little funny ways for them to get around it and keep selling their stuff. There's more pins and stickers here. That guy had some really cool wood stains that you could get pretty easily autographed. People were loving having those things signed all weekend. Just other cool little chibi art prints and stickers. small prints. We're about to get to a guy who did some really, really good canvas paintings. And that chick right there is just playing the Devil May Cry theme song. So
I like you listening to the Devil Trigger theme over here.
Yep.
I do too.
Yep.
I've used it on videos I probably shouldn't have before. It's like, hey, music, it's on there. Etchy too.
Yep, I've used it before also. So I had to give her a shout out for that. I had some really, really good art prints at this stand that they were selling. Almost bought from them, but they were a little bit off in terms of, you know, their exact look, you know, being similar to the anime or manga. So
I have lots of money
decided
still
not
yet
to
to
go
spend,
with them
so
for my purchases, but they did look really, really nice. Some pretty cool, like, realistic-esque chibi art there. This guy with his acrylic paintings, he was awesome, man. His paintings look amazing.
These are beautiful.
Appreciate it, man.
Are you the artist or?
Yeah.
You do great work, man. It's beautiful.
A lot of hard work.
Are these ones the higher price ones, just the originals?
Yeah, these are originals, and I got this prints up there.
What do you paint with? Just
Acrylic paint.
acrylic?
Draw it out first with a sketch, then we seal the sketch.
They look super authentic.
Paint over it like 4 or 5 times. Then do the background. It takes about weeks to almost a month.
Oh yeah, for doing the original work, I could well imagine. I hope you make a boatload of money here today, man.
Thank you so much. I give you a card.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to check your stuff out.
And even if you need anything, just let me know.
I still have this card mixed up with all my stuff.
Oh yeah, Lord knows. Always
That
need
dude's
more
art
stuff.
was some of the best there. Pretty
Hell yeah.
expensive, though, like
Catalog
$200, $300,
everything, decide what I want to
$500
spend on,
stuff.
but beautiful.
But if you had the money to spend, that definitely would have been worth it. Getting that home safely would have been pretty tough also. They had some really cool paintings there that they had airbrushed on clothing and stuff. Just walking back down the aisle, we already saw most of this. Those little beads there, or whatever you call them, that you can use to make little sprite art. I think those are pretty neat also. I know Kang bought some of that stuff. And we're going to take a left here, check out down near the Wiz Yakuza booth in the last row here, opposite, so on the complete opposite side of the room from where all the voice actors were. This is the guy that had to put tape over some of his stuff right there, ones that had the names on them. Interesting little art there with the Chuckies, but some really nice canvases that were pretty expensive there also. Some more art prints and stickers, and then we're about to be at Wiz Yakuza here. That dude just had some random art, like Mike Tyson, Goku, and versus Superman. All of these different hologram arts right here were just so cool to see them shift. Very, very cool. This is the Wiz Yakuza table here. This is where I got most of my art. They put some canvases out the second day, and I picked up the Jiren vs. Broly as well as the Super Saiyan 4 Goku canvas they had. But pretty sure if there's a third year, these guys will be here too. I'm sure they make a killing off of this because their stuff just looks really, really cool. I like their holographic art for sure. Of course, more pop caps. Damn pops are everywhere. Little t-shirt vendor right here. I don't usually buy shirts from conventions. I usually just order them off the internet, unless they're really, really cool or really unique, limited run stuff. Got the Lude launch right there. Love Bay launch.
Good, how are you?
Mini tile, little artworks there. I like the gold machine on those ones there too. I thought that was pretty neat. And then back down here, some little custom hand drawings, these canvases that were super nice. And then there was one more artist a little bit further down that just had some awesome, amazingly awesome canvases. And we're actually about to get to her next. Right here, yeah, the Anime Oils. She was there last year as well, and if I had the money to buy any of her stuff, I would definitely get it. So that one right there with the rose, what did I say, $1,500? I think that was one of the most expensive pieces of artwork at the entire convention, but it was beautiful. And of course, you guys, I am moving kind of quick just for time, but if you see anything you want to take a closer look at, feel free to pause the video. Hopefully there's not too much motion blur. Art and little doodles. Next up was on the left there, the Just Saying like exercise team. They're selling like tight-fitting exercise clothes for the gym and stuff. More art prints. Those ones had their own unique style. They looked cool, but a little bit too off for me. I was considering getting a couple from him, but I just went with the canvases instead. We can show those off at the end as well. Just really, really good time. Back over in the corner there, they weren't there on the first day, but they had some guys that were raffling off some really awesome busts. Like Majin Cheetah, MUI Goku, and a Frieza bust. Just multiple $1,000 busts. They were just amazing.
You guys have a
saying
great
hi
week.
to more people, just being friendly. Just overall, everyone that was there was just really, really cool. Back by the cosplay stands. There's a girl you can see on the table right there, Emily Rex. She was selling her lewds. Little Bardock cosplayer. Back to the armor section here. There's more people selling stuff, selling their abilities to make you stuff, just selling armors and different cosplay stuff. Very, very cool, you guys. And I think we duck up an aisle that I may have missed here in a second as well. And then we're going to head upstairs. Missy Mayhem again, just really beautiful cosplayer, does great work. Probably one of the better ones there that was actually invited by the con and not
that's about it for
participating
the
in the contest.
first floor, you
I think,
guys.
again,
we had the voice actors
Mercenary
in the
Towels,
corner.
he was amazing.
And there
he
was
won the
a
contest.
lot of merchandise,
But
art print,
Hercule,
lots
he
of
was
cool,
really good
quirky
too.
stuff
I didn't
in
actually
the video
film that
game
again, you guys.
tournament.
All that stuff was like
Second floor
30
is
minutes to an
panels.
hour or more in length.
And then third floor is Vic Mignogna signing. So we'll check everything out real quick.
Oh, I talked over that. Hopefully it's not too polluted, the audio there. But yeah, basically what I was saying is the first floor is all the retail space and the voice actors, the tournaments, and the second floor, when you get past the cafe anyway, is where all the panel rooms are. I hosted 2 little panels there. It was pretty cool. Checked out Kagi Films panel, the Hercule Boo panel. Didn't stop for the 3 Vegetas panel this year, but I got that one last year. So unfortunately, Ryo Horikawa couldn't make it. He couldn't catch his flight at the last second, so walking by all the remaining merch, little trinkets and art stuff, and we're gonna head upstairs next, and we're gonna check out the panel rooms very quickly. This was again the first day I was wandering around, so there wasn't a whole lot of activity in the panel rooms. That mostly kicked off for Saturday and Sunday, but I wanted to get as much stuff on film as I could here before people bought it all, so we're gonna head upstairs. I'll probably fast forward this because the escalator is just kind of slow and boring. Oh, before that though, over in the corner there, they had the life-size Saiyan pod that you could pose for photos with. It was really, really authentic looking. And they had a really cute corgi that was wearing Saiyan armor also. I thought that was really neat. I had to stop and pet him. I did that on Saturday.
Got this bad boy signed right here by Vic.
Yeah, that's the
Hell
bully
yeah.
figure that I had signed by Vic. He asked me to go get him one also. Again, I thought that was super neat and surreal. Like all these different tiers of you know, fame and stuff. Like as I was there were probably about 6 to 10 people that came up to me like, hey, you're Nasdorachi, like I watch all your Legends videos and you're awesome this and that. And I thought that was really weird, you know, because coming from me, I'm like, I'm not a celebrity, I'm just a normal dude. But you know, hanging with DeMonte at 130,000 subs, and then Jake the Viking from Mr. Beast with him having 17,000 subs, and seeing people come up to them and talk to them, and then, you know, from there, you know, hanging out, eating dinner, and cooking with the voice actors, just all those different levels of fame and clout. It was just really interesting and eye-opening, surreal experience, you guys. I super enjoyed it. I really hope we can go again next year and do it all over again. But now I'll probably fast forward. Second floor here that we're on is only the cafe. Panel rooms are quite close by though. I just decided to talk instead of skipping there. So walking around to this area, we're finally done with the escalator for just this second until we go up to where Vic is. But we check out these panel rooms really quick. I think I was in panel room 4 and 5 for my 2 panels, and then I had a 3rd panel that I missed because the hotel shuttle driver was being ultra slow. And we had that kid Goku right there. He was in the costume contest. He did pretty well, got a lot of cheers from the crowd. And then again, of course, for this first day, this area wasn't too crowded, but on Saturday and Sunday, this whole area up here was just packed.
All the panels are going to be in here.
Different folks coming in and out for the panels. The Boo Hercule one was definitely a highlight one for me. I really enjoyed that one. Over here on the right, a little panel room for the card game because they had the tables set up in a circle. And then we had the little video game lounge there. If you wanted to sit and relax, play some games.
How you doing?
It was pretty interesting. I didn't really spend any time at all in there. Just wanted to stay on my feet and check everything out. And then panel room 4, that's where me and DeMonte and Scotch, we all had a panel in there. That one was pretty interesting.
Pretty low key today on the panels.
Yeah, it was pretty low key that day. So we're gonna ride the escalator up one more time and check out Vic's line and the main ballroom. There was actually a TFS panel going on in there, so I didn't drop in and party crash it. But again, if you look on YouTube, I'm sure all the panels will be there. Again, this video is going to be somewhat shorter in comparison than if I had included a bunch of panel stuff in there. So I'm going to keep it there. This is just the tour of everything KAMEHACON. So if you guys couldn't make it, or if you were interested and wanted to go and couldn't be there, you'll now have a great view of everything that pretty much took place. You know, other than some of the individual interviews and stuff. So fast forward this a little bit here.
I bought this one at GameStop. They have them here. They're only marked up 15 bucks. You get them for 65 here. They're normally retail 50. But I brought it with me just so I could get them to sign it. But yeah, I think some of the vendors downstairs are double charging for them. But there's like 1 or 2 vendors.
Talking about vendors there.
Some of the vendors
were
have
fairly
lost their
priced,
mind.
and some of
The
them
other
were
ones-
overcharged. We
That
got the
one
grand
called
ballroom on the
Otaku
left.
Cafe that's kind of on the
I
back
think
row. All of his stuff is pretty much matched at retail, so you can get good deals on figures from that guy.
I think TFS was going on in there at the time.
Main ballroom. That's where Team 4 Star had their bigger panel.
Or maybe it wasn't going on at the time, but that's where the opening ceremony was.
And this is the line for Vic. This is Vic's line right here.
Vic. He had a long line. And this was more towards the end of the first day as well. I think, like I said, Chris Sabat and Vic, they had the 2 biggest lines all weekend.
He's got the longest line. It's him and Chris Sabat. Longest line, easily.
He was pretty well securityed up just in case anyone had any choice feelings for him, so I didn't want to get too close and mash the camera into his face, but it was really great meeting him, just seeing everyone there, pretty interested in seeing him, so I was fairly happy about that. I got him right there. Security guards all packing heat, guns, and huge knives also, so you didn't want to mess with them. Which again, just a great experience.
But he was so nice. Total stand-up guy.
To me, anyway. That's what I gathered from my experience with it.
And that's pretty much it, you guys. I don't know how the audio is going to come across on this phone recording, but there's like three and a half stories worth of fun. Tons of merchandise. Awesome voice actors. It's a really good time, you guys. But cut this one short here. Later.
So that was the end of that, you guys. It's just on repeat now, but again, it was a really, really good time. We got a couple other things we can show off here really quickly. So we pop back over to the desktop. I'll get myself out of the way here a little bit, shrink myself down some. Hop into KAMEHACON here, and we'll pop in right here. So first picture, of course, is when I was meeting Vic, getting the Broly figure signed, so now I have some certificate of authenticity here. So it's like they didn't actually give out certificates, so if you wanted to have proof that whatever you had signed was, you know, the accurate representation, you'd have to get a picture with them as well with, you know, the artifact in your hands. So that proves that it's the real deal there. Again, he was a super nice person. I had a great time meeting him. Very, very nice to me. I have no complaints about any of the voice actors, actually. They were all great people. Definitely Brian Drummond and Scott McNeil were my 2 favorites. When I was cooking dinner for them, just a great experience. They're really jolly guys. We're taking shots of tequila and whiskey and having a really fun time. This picture, however, was from when me and Scott were hosting a panel talking about Dragon Ball Legends and content creation. Probably had like 20 or 30 people in the room, and again, I just had a really good time. I hope that I can do this again next year and be invited as a legitimate guest, maybe host a panel on something on YouTube or Dragon Ball video game related, but again, just had a really good time. Shout out to Scotch. We have the whole DeMonte crew here. This was, again, a really, really good time. You have Kuwasaki over here, Xavier, Marty, me, DeMonte in the middle, Scotch and Sly, Kazuma, Slay, Rose, Mark, We had Kang, Nate, just a really good group of folks there. Again, really hope we can do this again next year. I had a blast just chilling for that whole week there. Next up was dinner. When we were sitting the first night, we went to Bar Louie. We had Scott McNeil at the table, so I was slinging drinks to Scott and we're hearing his stories about being Piccolo and Duo Maxwell and what he was actually like Koga, I believe, from Inuyasha. I don't know if that was the priest or I think that was the Wolf Ninja Clan guy was him. That, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if it was Moroku or Koga, but really awesome time. We had Jake the Viking and his girlfriend Shelby there from the Mr. Beast team. Got to actually be pretty decent friends with them, you guys. So maybe there'll be some collaborative stuff in the future with that. I'm not going to hold my breath, but still really awesome. And then, of course, you had Demani in the middle and Scotch's comical ass over there in the bottom left. But everyone wanted to say that Scott looked like he was my dad, and we had similar sense of humor because of course, I was adopted. So they wanted to say that Scott was my dad. I thought that was pretty funny, and hopefully they'll remember if we do this all again next year. So here, of course, I'm looking dead serious. I'm looking at Brian Drummond taking his order. So I had already eaten before we had gotten to Geekdom's birthday party, and that's what this was for. It was like a 50-person like closed event at this Korean barbecue place. And again, since I had already eating, I was doing all the cooking, doing the ribs and shrimp and calamari and brisket and chicken and just all types of stuff. It was, again, really surreal and really crazy to be sitting right next to Duo Maxwell, Piccolo, Farmer with a Shotgun, and cooking them food. I had a really good time with that. And what's next here? There's Brian Drummond again and Jake from Mr. Beast just hanging out, eating some dinner. We got the scrimps on the table, the ribs, chicken, calamari over here. Just a really good time again, you guys. I could never in a million years think that this would happen as a kid. You know, I'm listening to Vegeta and Piccolo and Raditz and all them fighting back in the day with the Ocean Dub, and to think, you know, 20 years from now, you're going to be sitting at a dinner table cooking these guys Korean barbecue. And I'd be like, what? There's no way I ever would have believed that, you guys. Just crazy experience. Just bar none. Just one of the things I'll remember for probably the rest of my life. These are the two canvases I bought. Of course, you have Jiren squaring up to Broly, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the other one. The Broly statue signed by Vic, the shot glass, and the press pass. And that's pretty much all I walked out with, you guys. Even though it doesn't look like a lot, this, you know, with all said and done, it's like $400 or $500 worth of stuff here. So, you know, that includes shipping the canvases home. So that's most of the swag that I got there. Again, I was in it more for the experience than buying stuff, but you know, you could kind of make a mental checklist of everything that was there and then go and order most of it for cheaper on Amazon. So that's about it for the pictures, you guys, and the experience, all the memories. I'm not a huge picture person, so I didn't take a whole lot of pictures, but you know, a lot of people taking selfies of me and stuff as well. So there may be some other ones floating out there also, but just overall, you guys, I had an amazing time. One of the best weekends of my life, at least in the past decade, and just meeting all these people, making the connections, dealing with the different incestuous levels of fame and clout, moving up the ladder. It was just a really fun experience. And that's about it for this video, you guys. We're not quite done yet. There's a little bit more, so if you stay to the end, we'll have a nice little video, you guys, to wrap everything up of some of the ridiculous and fun hijinks that we had going on. But for now, you guys, I do hope that you enjoyed the little tour around KAMEHACON, especially if you weren't able to go and really wanted to see what it was all about. That's really what this video was mostly for. I hope that I can see you again next year, just like the 6 to 10 people that came up to me and said something. You know, don't be a stranger, come say hi. I appreciate each and every single one of you that watches the videos. If you liked it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up on it, like button. Definitely help spread it out to YouTube so more people can see and check it out and experience, you know, a little bit of what I got to live through this weekend. And other than that, you guys, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on KAMEHACON, your thoughts on Vic, your thoughts on all the drama, you know, the retail, the merchandise, the game tournaments, cards, conventions, everything, you guys. I want to hear what's on your mind. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. Stick around for the interesting little video clip. But again, if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell so I can see you again on future videos. I'm going to say goodbye for now, you guys, until the next video. And we're going to cut to a little bonus clip here of just some really random ridiculousness. So until next time, you guys, peace out and have a great week. I'll see you soon for some more Legends and Heroes content very, very soon. This week, you guys. Probably tomorrow even. So until then, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.
Alright, so what are we doing?
I'm getting fucked.
Okay, I don't know about that, but...
You're gonna...
No, wait, no.
Why are you spilling my milk?
Wait, okay.
Ain't go, no, it's just one.
Just one?
Just do
That's
one.
a lot of fucking... Alright, here you go.
You got it?
Completely waterboarded. Oh shit.
No, let me get this one.
Give me a little. Are you gonna still drink it? Yeah. Who's the one pouring? Delicious.
That's my parking piece. Where's the milk?
The boy needs some milk.
Open wide.
Where's the milk on me? It's everywhere. No, all around me. Go ahead. Oh, that's just cold.
Dude dumped it on him like gasoline.
I'm doing it too.
We have no more cereal.
Oh, fuck. Go ahead.
Dude, have at it.
Just do all of it. Go ahead.
Dump it on him.
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Oh, that's cold. Put it everywhere. Why though?
Oh god! That's one hell of a bath.
Oh, the balls are cold.
You need to wash your face with this.
Huh?
Okay, I gotta get out of here. I got some good shots.
This suddenly got erotic.
Oh, it's in my hair. You poured straight in my fucking ear.
Go ahead and take your shower.
Reactions?
I got
Reactions?
Oh my god.